Leon. I'm 24 years old. I'm born in Bamberg, Germany, and now I'm living in Cologne.
And Leon, how did you become an Exeter City fan?
That was in 2015. I've been to Limstone, probably most from the Exeter area might know that small and beautiful town. And there, I think there was a language school where I've been on a 2 weeks program during the Easter holidays. And one of the teacher, he was big Exeter fan, and he invited us to go to the game. It was against Newport County, Easter 2015. My first ever English football game at the Big Bang. And I immediately fell in love. I think it was 2-0 to Exeter. DJ Wheeler and Wayne Harley scored. Probably my highlight of the game was when Clinton Morrison got subbed on, amazing player. Or the chance. Even back then, when I really knew no one, the togetherness, really like touched me, and I fell in love and started following the club. And during the following years, I started to make a few friendships over there. I think my second game over was the playoff final against Coventry, and from then I tried to do 5 to 10 games a season over in England.
You mentioned Clinton Morrison there. Why was that a particular player you were looking forward to seeing?
I have to admit, I didn't know him before, but the way he played, I think he got subbed on quite late, but he was just like he changed the game. Brilliant striker with his physiques. I think when he got subbed on, everyone knew, okay, now Exeter is going to win.
Obviously, I know you, Leon, but for Exeter City fans that don't, for someone who lives in Germany to travel over 5 to 10 times a season, they might think you're pretty crazy. But how do you manage to make that work around your own work, supporting your own team, which is Nuremberg as well?
It's actually quite complicated at times, especially because Exeter is like not the best located team if you want to fly over from Germany, because when you fly to London, you always have to take the 4-hour train journey. So when I want to go to home games at St. James's Park, which I absolutely love, I like mostly need to take 2 days off work, which I can't do that often. So I often try to do away games in the London-based area or around Manchester. So that's easier for me. And the question why I do it, I don't know, probably just because I really do love city, and I really like to be part of this community. Yeah.
Now, obviously, the English and the Germans, we both love our football, and lots of English people will go over to Germany for a weekend and experience a Bundesliga game. And we often find when it's the other way around, the Germans come over, they'll go to Liverpool, they'll go to Man United, they'll go to Arsenal. What do your friends think who think, why Exeter City?
Probably they do know me, and they do know that also in Germany I do like my lower league football. And some of them went with me to a few games in England, and when I'm there for a longer time, I mean, of course, always try to see as many games as possible. And if there's a Premier League game around, we will go there. And then most of my friends notice, okay, Premier League just not that much fun as a Championship or League One, or like in the day League Two football was. So I just prefer League One any day over Liverpool or Manchester United or something.
Since 2015, when you came over for that first game, what are some of your best memories from matches you've attended?
Well, probably the worst memory definitely was Bolton away this season.
We're not actually allowed to mention that under strict orders. We can't mention that.
Best memories. I really enjoyed the Cheltenham game this season when we were top of the league. Very like sunny day. The uh, anniversary of the trust. So yeah, that was brilliant day. I really did like. Well, obviously not the result, and I don't want to talk about the result, but last season when I've been over for the Derby away, so Plymouth away. Yeah, the togetherness in the group, the walk to the stadium, the atmosphere. I think I've never experienced that good atmosphere anywhere in England. So in the away end, and that was mental when Archie scored the first goal. Those limbs mental, absolutely mental.
You mentioned the Supporters Trust anniversary game there. I guess that's the fan ownership in the UK, particularly at this football club. It's the closest you'll get to the 50+1 in Germany. Do you think that sort of makes Exeter City extra special for you because it sort of similarly aligns to the German model?
Definitely, and I think when I like first got to know Exeter in 2015, I didn't know about all that, but now with all the years, like everything like fits together. Why Exeter is like the perfect club for me and probably for most German football fans. Yeah, the ownership model with a trust very comparable, I'd say, to the 50+1 over here, and there have, I think, always quite a few discussions over at Exeter whether you should keep the trust. I have to say, yes, please do. Even if, like money-wise, maybe you can't compete with Premier League, but it's so important that we own our football club, that we can make the decisions. Yeah, so from a German point of view, and I mean, even over here in Germany, we have, despite the 50+1 rule, some clubs who like have a bit of an extra rule and who can exist with an investor. Yeah, chaos if you look to Hertha at the moment. And I think in England, I mean, you as a Crawley fan probably know this the best, how bad owners can influence your club. And so just don't want to things that happened in Exeter 20 years ago when the club was like not in the best hands to happen this ever again.
So we know you like Clinton Morrison, of course. Who else? Who else over the time has been some of your favourite players?
Archie Collins, definitely. I think his first ever goal was Swindon away at the New Year's Day game. I was then, I think he got subbed on just as a very young talent, and then he got this curler out into the right top corner. Amazing goal. And from then I thought, oh, he might be a very good player. And I think now with his move to Peterborough, and they made the playoffs, I think he could be one of the next really big careers of the City Academy. So yeah, always liked him. I really liked David Wheeler, even though I didn't see him that often in the stadium, I think, but also the way he like speaks, if he's not on the pitch, I think it's important that as a footballer, you when you have this, how do you say it, the people following you, that you speak up, which he does very well. And yeah, from this season's squad, I mean, you have to laugh Wolves and Isalo, this passion. I think that's just amazing. Yeah.
I imagine you're waiting for fixture release day to plan next season. Do you have an idea of how many games you might try and get to next year?
Well, as I said, I always try to do around like 7, 8. I think in the promotion season, I think I managed 10 games. It always depends on my work timetable. Working in sports journalism, I mostly have to work on weekends. So yeah, I hope that there will be most fans from Exeter do not want to hear this probably, but I really always hope for games during the week, because it's like I get a day off easier there. man, I think in the last years we always got the biggest away games on Tuesday night. So give me Birmingham or Huddersfield on a Tuesday, and I'll be there.
You might want that, but I'm not sure the rest of the fan base would.
Completely understand that. Yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. Do you prefer watching Exeter City or do you prefer watching Nuremberg?
I'd say that's like you really cannot compare any of those because as I grew up here and well, not in Nuremberg, but in Bamberg, which is quite near Nuremberg. This just always feels like coming home and like watching your club. And I think like the best thing I can say about Exeter and St James's Park that this is like the only second place in the football world, which also makes me feel coming home. So yeah, will not answer that question.
Very diplomatic answer, and I think we'll accept just second place there. Leon, vielen Dank für deine Zeit, and I look forward to seeing you at SJP very, very soon.
Sehr gerne and see you soon up the city.